Setting up layers. Right, welcome. Alright, now we're gonna set up layers in AutoCAD in 5 minutes. No more than 5 minutes if you take to set up layers. Alright, so we are set up our layers. The layers is basically setting up the different type of lines you will use. A center line, hidden line, your phantom line, your object line, your border line, and all the construction lines and all the different lines you would need in technical drawing. So we're gonna set up our layers now. 5 minutes. So you can either click on here, which is layer properties, and get the settings option open or tab, or you can type it in. So you just type in layer, enter, boom, comes. So it's just the same. So layer properties, layer is a command based software. So you just type in whatever you need to do. Now to create, this is our default layer, right? So it's a continuous line. We can make this bigger for you to see more of the description. So it says here that this is a continuous line. So this is line weight type, line weight, transparency, color, lock, freeze, on or off, right? So the bulb turn on the layer or turns off the layer. And the freeze keeps you from editing it and troubling it. Same thing for lock. You lock the layer so you can't delete anything that's on that layer. White color continuous means a type of line. Continuous line is a line without breaking it. And you know center lines are not continuous line. Hidden line is not a continuous line. Phantom line is not a continuous line. Alright, we're wasting too much time talking. Let's go. To begin or to create a new layer, we click new layer, right? To delete a layer, we delete here. So those are the two things you need to know: how to create one, how to delete one. You can also set current layer and freeze layer, or view freeze in viewport, but we just use create new and delete because that's all we need to do. Create and delete, build and destroy. Alright, let's go. First one. So create about 6 of them. 6. Good. So rename them first thing first. So first one on the borderline. There's different line we use on paper, just the same on a border. Alright, second one on construction line. Construction. Then the next one, can rename that, double click in it to rename it, double click. We have object line. And we have hidden lines. Hidden lines. Then we have center lines. Important. Center. Then we have phantom. Then we can create more lines such as for things such as lettering or words and dimensions. So create 2 more layers, right? So this one is for dimensions. Rename layer. Dimensions. And this is for text. Right click, rename layer, text. Good. So that's what we need for now. Next step is to change the colors on them. So this one doesn't print. Whenever you're trying to print your drawing, default layer does not print. So we create other layers that we use to put our drawing. You can use this one for things that you don't want to show when you are printing your drawing. Just as like rough work or construction. Our projection lines. So we change the color. So text, I want my text to be something that's easy to see. Okay. I want dimensions to be blue. Okay. I want phantom lines to be like something like purple. And then center lines can be red. Hidden lines can be green. Object lines can be like purple, magenta. And then construction lines can be like gray ish, something that's not too easily seen orange. Good. And then borderline can be darker shade of green. Okay. Alright, so now that the colors are fixed, we change the different types of line. So a border line, because it doesn't have a break in it, so it remains as continuous line. The construction line doesn't have a break, so it remains as continuous line. Object line, the same thing, does not have a break in it. But hidden lines, however, has a break in it, so we'd have to change that one. So we see that the only types of lines here are continuous lines, so we have to load new lines. So click load, scroll until we find hidden. So there's hidden. Click that, okay. It becomes there. So you click on that one and okay. Now it has hidden lines there. Same thing for center lines. You need to find center lines. No hidden lines, no center lines, I mean. So we load it in. So we search for center, see center. Okay. Click center lines and we load that in. Okay. So center line becomes center lines, right? For phantom, search for phantom lines, load it in. So all the way down, phantom. Okay. Click on phantom line. Okay. Then for dimension lines, we use continuous lines just the same. For text, remains continuous. Because those are not necessarily lines, they're just features. So what we want to do now is change our line weight. So line weight for border line, a border should be the thickest line on your page. So we change line weight of the border to 1 millimeter. Okay. So we change our construction lines, leave our construction lines at 0.00, which is okay. Then we change our object line to 0.7. Okay. We change our hidden lines to 0.3. Okay. We change our center lines to 0.35. Okay. We change our phantom lines to 0.15 because we want them to be real thin. We change our dimension lines to 0.00 or default, whichever. And our text, the same thing, default. Right. So we need all our thick lines to show as thick lines and all our thin lines to show as thin lines when we're doing our drawings. So now that we set our layers, we can exit layer and boom. Then we can see all of them here. So let's say you want to start drawing. You start drawing with your construction line. So click here and start constructing. So we create. Now we want to change these lines, right? To, let's say, a center line. Change center line, becomes a center line. Let's say you want to change this one here to hidden line. Hidden line becomes hidden line. Cool. And that's it. Becomes hidden line, just like that. So that's how you set up your layers. Now that we have our layers, the next video I'll show you how to edit properties for different lines.